my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. So today is the start of my videos that I am filming for you guys. I asked over on my Facebook group what you'd love to see more of, and this request came in from one of you lovely ladies. So today I want to talk all about archangels, how we can work with archangels, and how I have used them throughout, you know, my spiritual journey to manifest, to ask for help, and to ask for really anything. There's a lot of confusion about archangels because I wrote some notes on this because I knew that it was going to be so much to talk about. I was like, there's no way I'm going to remember all of this, plus their names, plus what they do. There is a lot. So archangels as such, I love how Kyle Gray described this. So if you haven't listened to my podcast episode with Kyle Gray, go and check that out because he explains angels and archangels in a really great way. So he was like, see it as like a ranking in a company. So the universal God is like the CEO, your archangels are like your executive, like kind of officers, they're like very high up. Then your angels are like a little bit less, you know, it's kind of like a ranking system. So archangels are higher up the kind of ranking as such on the angelic rank. So yeah, you've got your angels and you've got archangels, so they kind of work more along with God, with the universe, whatever you resonate with. So they are, you know, they're more set in stone, I don't want to say characters, but you know, set in stone angels that we can kind of call upon, we can work with to, you know, help us with a whole array of stuff. So you guys wanted to know what sort of things we could do with archangels. So my archangel journey began with Doreen Virtue. So actually no, it started with Kyle Gray. So I read about angels in his books and then looked into it more, and then I got some angel tarot cards from Doreen Virtue, and in there she's obviously got all the archangels mentioned. So I kind of learned and kind of got familiar with their names from her tarot deck, and from that really I then kind of just googled the meanings of the archangels or saw stuff online, so I was able to like call upon them when I needed help or anything like that. So really, and then I kind of got some aura sprays as well from A Touch of Light, which I've told you guys all about before. So like aura sprays, cleansing sprays, and she had some with the archangels as well. So I definitely use those sprays, but a lot of this is intention, as you will kind of find out as we go through the video. So that's how I kind of got into archangels. That's kind of like a brief what they do, but more to the point of who are they, like what does each one do. When I googled this to find out all their names, it obviously said the 7 archangels, and I was like, I'm pretty sure there's more than 7. So when I really dug deep, there's way more than 7. I haven't even listed everybody on here because there are so many. So I've listed the important ones, the most well-known ones, and the ones which I think will benefit us in everyday life. But yes, there are more. So if you want to go and look up the whole list, then obviously you can go and do that on Google. But yeah, Kyle Gray's work's really good to have a look at. Doreen Virtue's as well. Obviously she's gone away from angel work now, but obviously if there's any of her past work out there that you can get your hands on, then definitely I recommend doing that, because both of them have been like really amazing in my angel kind of studies and like learning about angels. So they're the kind of 2 people I'd recommend looking at. So yeah, I've written some notes on each archangel and what I've used them for. So obviously that's why I'm reading off my phone, because I would never remember all of this. So yeah, make some notes, watch this video again, go and Google the specific archangels, because they all have like really specific meanings of how they can help you, and what they can kind of do with your life. But what Kyle said in my podcast is really we can ask their help with anything. So you can obviously address your angels in generic form to help with the situation, but obviously once you know which archangel can help you with a very specific situation, you can call upon that specific archangel to obviously come in and surround the situation with whatever, or help the situation, or you know, there's things like bringing peace to the situation, an outcome to the situation. So there's lots of things we can kind of pray for, or, you know, if you don't like the word praying, then affirm or ask for. Yeah, so if you don't like the word that I'm using, praying or asking, then just see it as how you would manifest, like setting the intention, asking, or having, you know, like a verbal conversation. You're asking, you're praying, you're setting that intention. So the first archangel, which is probably the most famous archangel, actually no, I lie, another one's more famous, but I would say really famous if you know your angels is Archangel Michael. So he is like the big protector archangel, like he's the top dog of the archangels really. If you've ever seen any pictures of him, is very traditionally surrounded in a blue cloak. His blue cloak is obviously for protection, so if you want to call upon protection in your life, you can imagine his blue coat surrounding you, him there in his blue coat and his sword. So he is very much the protector. He is very like manly, very strong, the protector. He comes in to help clear energy, to cut cords. So you will use Archangel Michael a lot when cutting cords, if you've ever done any of that before. So yeah, Archangel Michael is definitely like a protection angel. They've put like he's the captain of all angels and archangels. He serves on God's blue ray, so that's why he's got his blue cloak, which is the ray of protection. You can ask for both physical and spiritual protection. This includes protection from accidents, crime, and psychic aggression. So you can obviously like, yeah, you can ask for protection against, like, if you felt any bad vibes, you can ask for protection against so much stuff. And, you know, against people as well, if you're cutting cords. That's why he's very prominent in the cutting cord process, to just protect that situation, obviously protect your energy. So I've called upon Archangel Michael a lot, again, for protection, for clearing energy, for cutting cords. I would say mainly that. He's just protection. So sometimes when I'm like doubting stuff, like he'll come up in Kyle Gray's cards. I've got oracle cards because he's like the protection. So his card is like, you are protected, like blah blah blah, angels are around you. So definitely, like when you see Archangel Michael, or like, you know, you see synchronicities or anything, or you feel drawn to him, then yeah, that I think that's also a sign that you are protected, that you can call upon him and his legion of angels to protect you and surround you with, you know, protection and love. So he's really always fun to work with. I love his vibe. He's always good. So like I said, you can imagine his blue cloak around you for protection. A lot of people do that in their daily kind of practice. And yeah, just see him with his blue cloak and his sword, and then obviously you can use that in your cord cutting process as well. So the next one is Archangel Raphael. Again, I would say he's well known, but he's actually not. I think Michael's more well known. So Raphael serves on the green ray of divine healing. So he's very much green energy. If you see green orbs or green energy, it's Archangel Raphael. You can ask him for healing for your body, mind, soul, and spirit. He is also helpful when you need to have your physical needs met, such as food, clothing, shelter, and tools of your trade, which is quite cool. I didn't know that actually. I just thought he was healing. I actually thought he was relationships for some reason, and then I realized when doing this list last night, he really isn't. So I've been asking for like relationship stuff with Archangel Raphael. So he's probably like, mate, you're preaching to the wrong one, babes. Like, I'm just healing, but healing's good in all senses anyway. Like healing wounds, healing physically. So you can definitely call upon him for health reasons, you know, physical and emotional healing as well. And obviously he's just really good to like surround yourself with energetically, because he's just like, he's a very loving vibe, I feel, definitely. Maybe that's why I thought he was good at relationships. Okay, the next one is Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel? I think it's Jophiel. I'm gonna go with that. Serves on a yellow ray of illumination. Why not ask him to help you absorb information when studying and when you need wisdom? So I haven't personally worked with Jophiel. I have, to be honest, I forgot about him until I wrote this list yesterday. So he's again not one of like the massively known archangels out there, but this archangel would be really good if obviously if you're studying, if you want inspiration, if you want wisdom, you could obviously just set that intention to ask him to come in and surround you with inspiration, to surround you with wisdom and help. Maybe if you're studying, if you're at university, if you've got tests coming up, like I really think he would be really cool to work with for you. So the next one is Archangel Sha Meow, and I love his energy. So he serves on the pink ray of spiritual love. Now obviously as well, a lot of the archangels are like male, or like most of them are pictured as male. Now I don't know that for a fact. Obviously this is a lot of what's come from, I guess, channel, but I guess a lot of it's come from, you know, Christianity and like the religious side of stuff. So if you connect to like females, like go with what feels good for you. You know, a spirit and stuff don't actually have gender, so they will appear to us in male form, they will appear to us in a form that we would recognize. But again, like Kyle Gray said on my podcast, he was like, they actually don't. He's like, they're what did he say? They're God in drag. That's what he said, and I loved that. So they really don't have a gender. They just kind of appear to us as what we would associate with. So obviously when I'm saying like he, blah, 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 like please tailor that to what you believe in, what you resonate with, if that's she, if that's gender neutral, like whatever, like vibe with what feels good for you. Obviously, like I'm just going with what I kind of connect with. I do kind of see them as guys, but I don't think it really matters. It really doesn't matter. It's what connects to you and feels good for you. Okay, back on that. So Sha Meow, the pink ray of spiritual love. Ask him to help you resolve relationship problems, find a job, and also to locate a lost object. So you could ask him to tell you where your keys are when rushing for work. Wow, I never knew this. Sha Meow is who I need to be calling on for relationships, clearly. So pink ray spiritual love, that's cool. And find a job. Again, I haven't really called on him. I feel like I did once. I feel like I definitely did. But I'm definitely going to be from now on to, you know, create ease, and obviously job stuff. That's cool as well. And finding lost objects, now that is useful, definitely. So again, you can just set those intentions, call upon him or whatever, and you know, just yeah, call upon his energy and just ask them to help you. Like that's what they're here for. They are here to help us. So the more we ask, the more they're going to help us. Okay, the next one is the most famous one, obviously because of Christianity. It's Archangel Gabriel. So Archangel Gabriel is probably the most well known. Christians teach that he told Mary she would give birth to the baby Jesus, and Muslims believe he dictated the Quran to Muhammad. He serves on the white ray of purity. Ask him to help you establish discipline and order in your life. Well, that's probably why I've never called upon Gabriel, because I have a lot of order and discipline in my life, being a Virgo who likes to be in their masculine. So yeah, I haven't personally called upon him, but funnily enough, I did have a reading with my friend recently, and I pulled the Archangel Gabriel card, and obviously he's surrounded a lot with like mothers. He comes to mothers, so I was kind of like, maybe that's a hint, maybe. So that's the kind of only experience I've had, is like when his cards have like been pulled in my tarot readings and stuff. But yeah, like I wouldn't say I feel overly drawn to calling upon him, but yeah, I think like the motherly side of stuff, I definitely have been, you know, I felt his presence a bit more recently for sure. P.S. I'm not pregnant, before people start on that one. I'm just saying that I've just connected him onto like the motherly side of stuff, and who knows in the future. Well, obviously I would like children in the future. But yeah, I feel like it was more like a year thing rather than like now. Okay, the next one is Archangel Uriel. So serves on the ray of peace. So I've actually got a touch of light aura spray on Archangel Uriel. It's a spray that obviously has crystals in it, and obviously invokes their presence to call upon peace. So peaceful situations, peace in your life, peaceful within your body. So that's why I really love using the aura spray, because obviously it's like peace and calm washes over you, and obviously you can intend that with any situation as well. So you can call upon Archangel Uriel. You could spray your spray as well, which I think would just like strengthen that connection. But you know, you don't have to have a spray, you can just simply ask. So again, asking as well, you can obviously do that through verbally, through thinking it in your head, writing it, you know, whatever your traditional asks are. You know, I just say it. I'm just like, Archangel Uriel, like please surround peace with this situation, you know, please bring peace, or a peaceful resolution to this situation, and so it is. So that is literally all I do. It really doesn't have to be technical, it doesn't have to be fancy, but it's what, you know, feels good to you and what you kind of vibe with. But yeah, I like to use the spray as well. Have I got an Archangel Michael one? I think I might actually. I think I've got Raphael, Michael and Uriel, I think. So yeah, I use them quite a lot, just when I kind of feel like, want to feel their presence around and feel like protected. So it says, next time you're having a disagreement with someone, why not ask him for help in creating a peaceful resolution? So again, that's exactly what I do. It really doesn't need to be complicated, but he's a really cool one to call on. Actually, I really like him. Okay, the next one is Archangel Zadkiel. Now Zadkiel I have worked with. So he serves on the violet ray of forgiveness. So ask him to help you if you are having a problem with this, and also with tolerance. He will help to bring back joy into your life if you ask him. So for me, I've worked a lot with Zadkiel through change. So when I had a reading with Rachel, God, was it last year? Yeah, well, it definitely was last year, 2018. But I can't remember the exact month. I think it was a long while ago now. she said that Archangel Zadkiel was surrounding me and that he was helping me to change and move through this process. So he was surrounding me to help move me and transition me. So she said he's a very like transitioning angel, of he helps people transition into like new phases of their life, change, stuff like that. So that's how I kind of first found out about him. Obviously then I kept pulling that card in Doreen Virtue's pack, and then I was like, okay, he's definitely around me. So yeah, he's really helped me to like embrace change, to embrace the change in my life, and moving through phases for sure. And I don't think I haven't called on him for forgiveness. I didn't really know he was the Archangel of Forgiveness until I wrote this last night. So I think that's really cool. Like I definitely would call upon that again for sure. But yeah, I suppose the only really experience I've had with him is through the transition, is through the change, and him being with me to help embrace that. So, you know, archangels do stand with us even if we ask or not, so they are always there. So it's knowing that they are there supporting you, and they've always got your back basically. So the next one is Archangel Metatron. So I've definitely heard of him before, definitely worked with him before. So there wasn't really much information about him online. I don't know why. Like I seem to have found this out from somewhere. It must have been a random website or book ages ago. But yeah, Archangel Metatron is all about energy. So he clears energy, he brings positive energy in. So whenever I've had to clear energy from a situation, clear energy from myself, I always call upon Archangel Metatron, and he is like the dude for energy. So you can clear energy, cleanse energy, bring positive energy in. So again, you know, if there was like a situation, you could say like with like a person or something, you could say, you know, I want to bring positive energy into this situation, I want to bring positive energy into this person or into myself, like whatever. So he's a really cool archangel to work with. He's all about energy. So again, you can cleanse energy, bring in positive energy, anything to do with energy, that's his jam. Okay, the next one is Archangel Haniel. So I had heard of him before, definitely. He is the archangel of passion for life and vitality. When you feel you don't have this in your life, call and pray to Haniel to guide you to fulfill your soul's needs. He will transform all your worries and the lower vibrations back into love with his healing light. So this is a really cool one. I haven't tried Haniel. I haven't called upon him, but he sounds really good to like fulfill your soul's purpose and stuff. That's really cool. And he will transform all your worries. So if you worry a lot, if you're having any fears, like he's really cool to call upon. So again, you know, release those lower vibrations, release those worry, and return you to that love and peaceful state for sure. Okay, the next one is Archangel Orion. So I hadn't heard of him. So he is a galactic powerful archangel from the celestial world. He can help let go of your dark and bad energies. He will help you to see the beauty in everything in your life. Well, yes. Let's call upon him. So if you have any negative or bad energies in your life, call upon him, babes. Like he's got your back. So the next one is Archangel Muriel. So he is the angel of intuition, harmony, and inner peace. He will help you to find your inner balance, and he will help you to come to a conclusion regarding all the questions and worries in your soul and mind. So he's quite cool, you know, really balancing that intuition, harmony, and peace again. So if you're feeling out of balance, definitely I think he's your guy. So yeah, I will put all these names down below in the description box, but yeah, so you can always like skip back and go over the meanings again and write them down, just in case you want to Google the specific archangels yourself. So the way I work with archangels, so those I would say, they're not all of them, there are definitely more out there. Those are probably the ones I thought would be the most useful to us in our everyday life and the ones that I work with actively. So like I said, the best way to work with them is to just ask. So you can ask for any situation. So, you know, as Kyle Gray said in my podcast, he was like, he literally said, you know, thank you angels for curing my cold, and then his cold literally disappeared. And you know, we can literally ask for anything. I've asked for guidance, signs, inspiration, intuition, for situations to be like, you know, resolved, or peace, or like relationship stuff. Like I have asked for a lot, and it does definitely work. I feel drawn to my archangels more than a lot of stuff actually. I do really feel drawn to archangels, just in general, and I love working with them. It's such a good energy, such a good feel, and yeah, it's just really easy to. It's all through intention, all through asking, all through prayer, whatever you resonate with. And like I said as well, I also use aura sprays. So those are from A Touch of Light. She's got some archangel ones on there. So again, I use those sprays when I'm making those intentions, when I'm making those prayers, when I'm asking for that guidance or for that help. Whether it helped, I don't know, but I love the crystal sprays anyway, because they've got such good vibes. They always like, they totally work. So even if I just love the spray, I love the spray and it does work. And also, like, once you've asked like for your sign, for your solution, for whatever, you can ask for a sign that obviously they've heard it, that they're getting on with it essentially. So traditionally, obviously angels are feathers, you can see feathers, but you know, if you want something a bit different, like ask for that. You know, obviously angelic numbers are really important as well, so the angels communicate to us through angel numbers. So if you're not clued up on angel numbers, I have done a video all about angel numbers and numerology before. So yeah, if you start seeing repeating numbers like 111, 222, 333, 444, and so on, obviously up to 9, then they all mean something. So for instance, for me right at the moment, I'm seeing 444 everywhere, which is all is well. That's my angels knowing that they're there, all is well, there's nothing to worry about. And also 88. So 88 is like, it's definitely an angel number. It is all about financial abundance. It's also double infinity, so it talks about love. And yeah, so if you do see repeating numbers or like 1111 stalks you or anything like that, always give it a Google, type angelic number and whatever you're seeing into Google, and obviously the meaning will come up, because there's always meanings. And yeah, they're just really amazing ways that the angels can communicate with us. So you will see numbers, you might see feathers. Obviously you can ask for an animal or anything else, or a word or something if you don't want to see feathers or numbers. So there are loads of things that we can do, you know, just like asking the universe for a sign. It's very similar with how your angels deliver signs as well. And also you can talk to your angels through meditation as well. A lot of people don't know we can do this. So obviously you can call upon your angels during meditation, and you can set your intentions there or ask whatever you want to ask during your meditations as well. So if you prefer doing intention setting through meditation, then you could definitely do this through meditation. There's no right or wrong, it's definitely what you vibe with. It all works, so they will hear you regardless of what practice you do. But yeah, meditation's a really powerful way to do it as well. Again, obviously through meditation we can do our cord cutting. So traditionally a lot of people will probably call Archangel Michael in anyway to cord cut. So yeah, you could like set some intentions there, call in your archangels, have a little convo with them, and you know, get them to help you out with any of your life situations. And also a lot of people I know are going to ask this, can we use crystals with archangels? And the answer is yes. I personally haven't, because I didn't even know that was a thing. But then I thought last night, I was like, can we use crystals with archangels? But yes, there are certain crystals that you know, the archangels kind of connect with. So have a little Google, type in archangels and crystals, and there are some really helpful grids on Google Images all about what crystals relate to which archangel. So obviously like Archangel Raphael, he's healing, he has a lot of like green crystals. So obviously a lot of the kind of angels relate to the colors of what their ray of light is. But yeah, it's really interesting. So I am actually going to try crystals as well. Personally, I think is what vibes for you. If you really think crystals are gonna like work for you better, have a look at them. For me, it's the aura sprays. I love the aura sprays, and obviously just pure intention. But yeah, you could try it all, have a little go. But if you haven't connected with your archangels, I'll be really intrigued to hear what you ask them for, what they help with, if they come through, if they help, and what sort of signs and synchronicities you have. And obviously if you do work with the archangels already, you know, are there any of the archangels you haven't heard of before? Are there any other archangels you can suggest? What kind of, you know, synchronicities and crazy things have happened for you with your archangels? You know, I suppose like, well, I think the craziest thing is obviously what I wrote in my book. I don't know whether it's archangels, I just know it was angels. But I was asking for a lot of guidance and signs last summer, and I wrote about this in my book because it was such a crazy experience. I was like, and yeah, I basically I had changed the lights behind my bed. So I've got lights behind my bed of like what was on my old YouTube setup. So they're all like string lights, and I've got pictures pinned up, and I was changing them over because I liked a different design and the other ones were getting old. So I put the old ones on my like chest of drawers opposite my bed. So obviously they have to be plugged in to work. They weren't battery operated, they were manually operated. So I just left them on top of my chest of drawers to give to charity the next day. So I go to bed, all is well, everything's fine. And I'm obviously asking for signs, and I'm like, you know, just, you know, what do I need to know right now, angels? Like, please show me you're here. Like, I just really want to know you're here and that all is well, basically. And I go to sleep, and then at like I don't know what time it was. I definitely, you know, and obviously waking up at certain times is definitely angel stuff as well. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so I woke up at like God knows what hour in the morning, and these lights on my chest of drawers were just flashing. And I was like, I don't know what, like, I didn't think it was out of the ordinary. You know, I knew they had to be plugged into a main socket, but I didn't think like, oh, this is really creepy. Like, I didn't fear it. That's the main thing. Something like that would shit me up normally, and I didn't fear it. It felt loving, and I was just like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, it's not even that light. I'll just go to sleep. So I was just too lazy. I was in such a sleep deprived place that I was like, no, it's fine. I'll sleep through it. It's fine. I can't be bothered to get up. So anyway, I must have like dozed back off, and then I woke back up, and basically there was like a little remote on them which was like mode, so you have to press a button. So like sometimes they're still, then they're like flashing. So it was on the still light to start off with, like constant. And then I woke up for the second time and they were flashing. So something had pressed that mode button, and I was like, oh fuck. Like, but again, wasn't scared, didn't feel creepy, felt so loving and so like just calming. I was not freaked out. Something like that, I'd have like literally like moved out of my house if that had happened, because you know, it's freaky. It's like, how is that happening? But I just felt so calm, and just like I got up and switched it off. And then I was like, okay, I get it. So I woke up in the morning and I Googled what, like, you know, lights turning on randomly or like lights mean. And it was obviously angels, all about letting the light in, embracing the light, remembering the light. And it just totally made sense to me, because as I talk about in my book, I'd been hearing Kanye West's All of the Lights as well, which also talks about letting the light in. So that was my sign. And I think that's probably the craziest thing I've had. I've had feathers appear randomly all the time. That happens all the time. Angel numbers, and like I said, waking up at certain times. So I wake up at 3:33 a lot, 4:44, 5:55. There was literally a period where every day I would wake up at 3:33, then 4:44, then 5:55, and I'm like, Jesus. But you get, this is why they do it, because when we're asleep, we are so much more open to intuition, we're open to listening, and we receive those messages. So if you're waking up at those times, then there is something you got to be listening to. It's not just going to the toilet, which I normally do because I'm like, oh, I need the toilet now. But yeah, and then I'm sat on the toilet and I get intuition. I'm like, oh, okay, right, back to sleep I go. So the reason why they do wake us up is not to be annoying, not to be like, hey, look, it's 3:33. It's to obviously like give us a download, and our spirit guides can do that too. It's not just archangels, but it is, I would say it's traditionally quite an angelic thing to do. So please take note if you're waking up at those times. Look at your angel numbers. So if you're waking up at 3:33, what does 333 mean? Like, go and Google that. So there are loads of ways and loads of signs and loads of amazing ways that we can connect with our archangels, but those are like the, you know, the most profound and, you know, regular things that I do. So please let me know if you do anything else, because I'm always open to suggestions, and I'm sure everyone else here is as well. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Like I said, all the archangels will be linked down below, so you can go and have a look at them. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe. I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I replied to them all. And also don't forget that my new book Spiritual Queen is out now. You can buy it worldwide, so again, there'll be a link down below for you to go and have a look at that. So I hope you will have a fantastic week, whatever you're up to, and I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love guys.